Hey everybody, Preferred Selection here. You might notice my hotbar is a little bit different. I started doing this as a recording, but I had to stop really quick, so I'm just restarting it. I put away my ballista rod and my explosive trap rod because now that I'm in hard mode, I feel like I'm going to need to have actual like hard mode weapons up here. Like, it's cool that we're doing a 1.3.4 playthrough, but these rods aren't good enough for the current spot of the game we're at. They're kind of like early pre-hard mode ish things, and you wouldn't be walking around in like, you wouldn't be fighting a mechanical boss with like an emerald staff. So that in mind, I'm not gonna go. Oh, you can buy bewitching tables from this guy. That's neat. Ooh, shit! There is a mushroom biome that's really close to here, and it's causing some problems. I think that's okay though. I kind of want mushroom around there. It's just gonna be a little bit annoying for the witch doctor. So when I initially started recording this, I still had a little bit of rain, and I was torn between going and looking for the like the giants and trying to get more rain stuff done, or just moving on with my life and doing something else for a little bit. And the rain stopped, which made the decision for me. So now I think it's time to get our first... Ooh, I'm not able to place things very well today. Time to get our first hard mode armor and also our first hard mode turret. So we're going to be going after the spider. And things should start... I know I just put away some stuff, some exciting, 1.3.4 things, but the reason I put them away is because I think we're gonna start popping off soon. And there's some palladium. I forgot that I broke some altars. I'm not seeing any spiders. Where are my spider buddies? Okay, there's a couple down there. So I'm trying to make a good arena where I can actually do some damage to these guys. These clouds, they'll go through a block, which is why I'm using them the way that I'm using them. I have to be really careful, because if I... Blood Moon Rising. Okay, that's interesting. I don't think I want anything from a blood moon, although I would... I could go up there for reasons. I think I want to do like a flame burst rod right here. So I believe there's a... Ooh, Souls of Night. I don't know why we're close enough to Crimson to get Souls of Night, but I'll take it. Thought there was a spider above me. Oh, I guess he just... That's good that wall ends there, because he can't really reach us. Oh, and here's part of why our spawn rate's not so good, is because there's like stuff over here that can't quite get to us. It's gonna be a little bit of an awkward arena at first, but in fact, maybe... Okay, I'm going to take advantage of there being things alive over there to actually, like, open this up a little bit with the spawn not too high. So I want... Let's put a Flame Burst Rod there. And then... I still don't know my hotbar very well, so I'm, like, looking around my hotbar way too much. I think my Nimbus rod needs to be like 3 right now. I don't really even need the Dark Lance up there. Do I have torches on me? I don't. Yeah, I think 3 is a good spot for this. I don't even really need to make an arena necessarily. Like, okay, that's where our Crimson is. Our Crimson is... So, 1 second I'm saying I don't need an arena, and then I'm dead. But, that happens. Ten Spider Fangs is not going to get us very far, which is why I'm just dropping back down here. I still don't know how I feel about the stations. I know they added them a while ago. I kind of like them. Ooh, our turret like stayed through our death. That's really interesting. That makes me like those turrets a little bit better. That's very odd that they would live through. Like, I don't think the Frost Hydra lives through your death, or the Spider Queen. Maybe they do now, but that Bone Serpent seemed like it was way too high up. Also, I can make this arena a little bit better if I just, like, remove that obsidian over there. I have to be careful not to, like, move the lava too much. What the hell is that over there? Oh, it's a mechanical... I was like, what is that enemy? But it's a mechanical worm summons. Which is great, because I was considering fighting the mechanical worm soon. Okay, let's go ahead and drop one of those. This might be opening this up more than I want to, but... yeah, I don't think they can come down here, so I've got a little bit of an escape. Now what I want to do is I just want to... I have to be careful because this... like, if I open this up, it's not great for me, because I can fall in there. There's cobwebs above me, so it's not super easy for me to, like, hook to anything. Kind of building, like, a parkour course for myself, where the only real benefit is I do a little bit of damage to spiders. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, I mean, that'll do a lot to spiders that walk by. And it should be pretty easy to collect their fangs, because certain materials break in, like, lava. Like, they just disappear. But it's the white rarity, basically, that with a couple exceptions, like Fire Blossom's white rarity, and it doesn't. But pretty much everything of white rarity will break. Oh, I don't know why I felt like I needed to go down there and take a bunch of damage to get that poison staff. We're kind of in a glass cannon situation right now, where, like, we have hard mode DPS going on. Like, we have all the... like, we have a Nimbus Rod. We have an Amrock. I should reforge all of these. I don't know why I haven't yet. We'll probably use them for a little bit. They're not expensive to reforge either. In the grand scheme of hard mode, anyway. So yeah, we have like plenty of damage for this stage of hard mode, but what we don't have is much health, and that's especially going to be apparent when fighting things like another poison staff. When fighting things like these spiders, where like they don't have much defense, so we're gonna shoot through them really quickly, but they do a lot of damage. Like, spiders are glass cannon enemies to begin with. we're glass cannon, so it's glass cannon on both sides. And the advantage is that we're the player, so we're smarter, in theory. And that lava's doing exactly what I hoped it would do. As long as I don't get silly and walk over there. I think when I get to like 60 spider fangs, which, my god, is happening quickly. And spider fangs, remember, their drop's been like nerfed a little bit. Like, I didn't get any from that spider. It used to be a 100% chance, now it's like a 75% chance that you get any. I'm like hardly even remembering to use my Nimbus rod, and this is still going great because your imps are pretty good for this, and that flame turret is doing a little bit of work. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. A lot of it is the Amarok. Speaking of a glass cannon enemy, those skeleton archers definitely do a lot of damage and are not. I don't know if I'd call them glass cannon, but I mean, they're an early-ish game. Alright, I tried to jump in there and only take 1 tick of damage, but I wanted what was in there. And I felt like I could afford the... You know, for building a little arena, I haven't really put down like a campfire or anything. Probably could do that. I'll put down a banner. I've got 62 of these things, so I think that's... I mean, we're so close to getting like all we could ever need. So maybe I should hang out here until I get all that I ever need. What do we want to call it? 80? I forget how many you need to like make everything in the game. I'll hang out until I get 72. I know I just moved the boundary, but it has been going pretty quickly for us. I'm gonna have to fix a little bit of this because this is our elevator that I've kind of messed up, but that'll be okay. I don't want to start seeing like Icar splitters and stuff, but if they show up, then they show up. I'm not gonna like terraform this too much because it's working. Like if this wasn't functioning the way I wanted it to, I might, but currently it's working more or less as intended. I should really make a point of using my turrets, especially the Nimbus rod, which I realize is not exactly a sentry, but functions very similarly to a sentry. And just use my Amarok for like if things get too up close and personal. Ooh, traveling merchants up there. Okay. That might be my cue to go up then. And we're at 74, so that's like perfect. Let's see what the traveling merchant has. Way too late in the game for a katana. I think I did decide that I'm going for an Architect's Gizmo pack, so I'll buy an Extendo grip. I feel really silly about buying that, but I'll buy one. And then, yeah. And accessories, I believe we're like halfway there. No, we're 2/3 of the way there. We've got, yeah, I'm not going for a cell phone, but I am going to go for the... I might go for, like, one of the pieces of the cell phone, and I am going to go for the Architect's Gizmo pack. And what am I missing? Oh, I didn't grab the Lifeform Analyzer. Because there's something that you use the Lifeform Analyzer in, and that I want. Because the Lifeform Analyzer is good, so I want to carry it around. Like, really the only thing that I don't want to do for the cell phone is, like, all the fishing. Okay, radar. Okay, radar is going to be tough, because that's fishing. So I don't really need to check the traveling merchant for, like, the thing that I need. I just need to, at some point, if I ever get interested in fishing again, I need to look for a radar. I'm going to sell these poison staffs because they're worth a lot, and I mean, I guess they were like one of the first hard mode things that we got, but they're just not, they're not essential. I'm never going to really, I mean, I've used them a little, I have used them to fight the Destroyer and to fight Prime, but yeah, maybe that was silly of me. But I think we'll get something better really soon. Okay, so what was I gonna do? was gonna go make... I feel like I had a couple things I wanted to do. I know... Oh, I was gonna go reforge. That was right. I was gonna go reforge the Amarok real quick. Where'd my goblin go? Oh, he's way over there. Let's just check the blacksmith really quick. Okay, so he definitely is not... He's still selling his Eternia crystals for... You know what? Let's buy some of these while they're cheap. Like, why not stockpile them now while they're like very, very affordable? I'm gonna stop at 20, but like, let's buy those while they're cheap. I'm assuming they'll still work, and if not, we've only wasted like 5 silver. But yeah, let's reforge. I think the Nimbus rod is a little bit more expensive. Yeah, it is. Manic, no. Damage, no. Quick, nope. Intense is like fine, actually. It's not a beautiful reforge, but it gets the job done, and we don't have a ton of money. Keen. Zealous. Ruthless is fine. Not great reforge luck there, but I mean, that's fine. Got a lot of damage from that. I actually do want knockback on this, but the thing is, it'll be okay. It'll be fine. And intense, I don't really care about like this using like 11 mana instead of 10. It's really not the end of the world. Not even slightly the end of the world. So I believe you just make spider arm everything at the... Where do you make spider armor? Do you need... If you need a mithril anvil, I'm going to check that real quick. For some reason I was thinking that this was like spooky, where... Okay, you just make it at lead. That's nice. So you don't need... You don't need to get super fancy. Yeah, I was pretty sure this was all stuff you could make like as soon as you got into hard mode. So yeah, I'll make this. The armor is what I care about the most. So we'll just quickly make that. And we started with 74, so we can figure out. We can kind of like reverse engineer. Would I rather have the staff or the turret first? So I'm too shy of being able to go all the way. Because of the Let's Play, I'm going to do the turret first, as odd as that is. And then we'll just go get, like, 2 more spider fangs to get the staff. And we should put this on, first of all. Okay, Crimson Armor, let's build some more mannequins. So I want to be able to remember... I want to be able to remember the time that we were in B, and probably immortalize Spider once we leave it. All right, so it is raining. We could switch gear really quickly and start going after the wings that I want, but I'd rather just kill a couple spiders, because I could very quickly get that spider stuff. And honestly, rain during the day is not the best time to go get your, like... Okay, is that enough right there? No, not quite. In a weird way, it almost makes more sense to, like, stand in the Crimson so that I'm not... That was all I needed. Shortest adventure ever. Unpleasant is good enough for now. So then we knock out... Let's get our Pwn Hammer out of our hotbar. And do kind of like... Yeah, I think our Spider Staff is going to be our best summon. Although not by much. I mean, our other summons have like godly and mythical like reforges, but... Yeah, interesting. And let's go. I'm going to continue. I'm not really going to do my inventory over in this ship until I get a steampunker, because I really want everything to be in, like, steampunk chests. We have a lot of Souls of Night, which is nice. Yeah, alright, now that we have all this stuff, put down a bewitching table, unsummon everything, and I should be able to get... Is it 5 spiders with the bewitching table? I believe it's... Yeah, it is 5. Neat! And then we can just... Like, the spider staff is going to be our main weapon. So we don't have a ton of defense to our name, because we don't have defensive accessories, we don't have, like, any kind of anything. But... I mean, we do have defensive accessories, they just... you know, a couple points here and there is not that much when your armor is so low. So can I have the spider staff out? No, I can... It's one or the other. Okay, good to know. Sorry, I had to mute for a second. So now I think we just hang out until we see a ice golem, which is not like the most likely thing in the world without any kind of... I should have brought a water candle over here. I don't think I'm almost positive I don't have one. Oop, didn't mean to deposit all. It's a little hard to tell how much money I have, but I... Oh, there we go. Thank God I favorited some things. Okay, our spiders are doing some work as... Yeah, remember when we did this like an episode ago, how hard it was? Now that thing is dropping like... Oh, and there's our ice feather. Okay. So, wow, that was a big, big difference from the last. That worked out really well. Okay. And I'm kind of fine with this deposit all. I mean, eventually I'll want to clean this up a little bit, but... Like, what did we really have down here that we needed? So now it's time to go skyward, and we could do that... Could do that anywhere. Let's see what kind of building materials we have on us. Not much. We have a little bit of rope that we're probably never going to use. So let's go ahead and use it. I probably will use the imp staff at some point in the future, but now is not that time. Okay, I don't think I really want to be in space. I should probably favorite like at least wood and mud, because I always want wood and mud on me for things like making campfires on the fly. Well, the wood for things like making campfires and like workbenches on the fly, and the mud just because it tends to be like the, you know, there's points in Terraria where you need to put down some kind of block, and wood is the block that I usually reach for. Is this a sky island we have or haven't been to? We've not. Okay. So we actually did have a shiny red balloon on this world. We didn't have to go through all the trouble of getting like a pink horseshoe and a balloon through like fishing and stuff. But hey, I'm kind of okay that we did that. Now if I had a bed on me, I could put down a bed here, and we could, like, in case we get killed by a wyvern, we could end up like sleeping. But I honestly think that the odds that we get killed by a wyvern are low. I guess I also want to favorite this, although will that work? Like if I place it and use it, Yeah, it won't stay favorited. Same issue that you have with like the non-money trough piggy bank. That's okay. And I'm still getting like pretty normal gravity here. Now this would be a good place for a water candle, so that we're not waiting for a wyvern all day. You guys have seen me kill enough wyverns that I might just do like one on camera with this current setup, and then like I think I'm gonna use the lightning aura rod here. Ooh, that's interesting that it kind of curves like that. One, because it's new, and two, because piercing's really like this should be really good against the wyvern versus the spider staff, which I think would be fine versus the wyvern, but not like. The spider staff would probably also be fine, but I don't know. I just see this doing more DPS as it passes through. I should be explaining things better since I'm doing an LP, but like I think this pierces, and even if it doesn't like repeatedly zaps enemy, yeah, like I don't know if it pierces in the way that I don't know if it strictly pierces, but it's the kind of thing that the enemies pass through, so it'll like zap them as they go through it. So it should be very good versus the wyvern. Whereas I think the spider, the queen spider summon would have trouble like just like keeping up with the wyvern. And it's almost night, so we should get a better spawn rate then. We're at a little bit of an odd point in the episode to like be starting something like this, but I think it'll be fine. I'm just like letting things hit me as I take a drink of my soda. Also, it looks like this lightning thing can be a little bit of a light source if you're like hanging out and just letting it get dark like I'm doing. Yeah, we're 10 seconds from nighttime, which should make this hopefully go better. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil. I was gonna say, it usually doesn't take ages to, like, get a wyvern. I do have to be careful, because these things do a lot if they hit you with their head. Wow, that thing died quickly. That thing died very quickly. Did I seriously only get 5 souls of flight? That's not fair. That's so few. I thought 6 was like the absolute lowest you could get. Now that it's night, I feel like we should be getting wyverns. I mean, if you can handle it, a blood moon is like an excellent time to go get these guys. But unfortunately, I wasn't really thinking about that during our blood moon. I wish I could say that I like strategically was like, no, we'll do it another time. But well, honestly, I was thinking about. In a way, I was thinking about it during our blood moon. I knew that I had like. I knew that I had something that I wanted to do immediately that would make us stronger, which was getting our spider stuff finished. So I did prioritize the spider over all else during the blood moon, but one of the specific things that did not occur to me was using that for like a good wyvern spawn. But on the other side of that, it's not like you really need a blood moon to get like wyverns. The only thing about a blood moon is that if you're having to be recording like I am, you certainly get your wyverns a lot faster. Now, do we have a sky lake? I don't think I've seen a sky lake. Check my map really quick. Oh! You know, I was just thinking to myself, if I check my map for a sky lake, I'm probably gonna die while I'm checking it. Where'd my staff lightning ore go? Did they only last a certain amount of time? Alright, please be more than 5. What? Did they nerf the wyvern? Does he always drop 5 now? That is silly. So we might have a sky lake, but if we do, we haven't found it yet. Which makes me kind of tempted to like cultivate this into like a little bit of a lake. Although it's honestly so little water, why am I bothering? Gives me something to do while I wait for apparently 2 more wyverns. If wyverns are the same as they used to be, they should be able to drop... They should be able to drop 10. So we could potentially get this done in 1 more wyvern. But if they always drop 5, or if they drop like between 5 and 10 and I'm just unlucky, then either way we're waiting for 2. So not the end of the world by any stretch. That is not much water. There's really no point in like making a little sky lake here. And when I say little, I mean very little. But that gave me something to do for like 2 seconds while I waited for wyvern to show up. If it turns day again, I'm just gonna go get a water candle, because this is silly. Yeah, I hadn't even seen any harpies for a little bit. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if I want to like get this done off camera. Like it's not gonna, it shouldn't take forever. But currently, I don't know. Maybe I'll decide to end the episode at 4:30 when it turns over to day. If we just don't have the material. I know people have suggested that like flying as high as possible into space like gets you more likelihood of a wyvern showing up. I've never felt like that was a thing, but this is the ceiling of the sky. We're pretty high up. If you subscribe to that theory that like space has a different wyvern spawn rate. I'm gonna keep working on my lake. Do clouds absorb water? Because I feel like we just have less water than we had a second ago. That might not have gone great. Oh, there's a wyvern. About time. Please be 10. 9. Alright. So they definitely don't drop only 5. That's good to know. They're giving me just enough wyverns to be like, I'm gonna do this on camera. Like, this is gonna happen. 19 Souls of Flight. Oh, okay, they're making it easier now. Good. Alright. Not gonna die fighting the wyvern. that was closer than it should have been. Okay. Alright. So what did we accomplish this episode? We accomplished a lot. It felt like kind of a slow-paced episode, but honestly, in the space of a half an hour, we've gone from being in B armor to having a brand new summon, brand new set of armor, about to get wings. Do I need... Wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Okay, I'm not seeing where you need to craft these. That's one of the big issues with having, like, the Gamepedia wiki has all of the wings on, like, one page, so that's kind of annoying. Let's see. I'm actually going to go to the Wikia, since they don't have the wings all consolidated down. Okay, so yeah, I was worried about this. I do need to make a mithril anvil now before I'll actually have my wings. But that'll be a fine... We'll need to break some altars for that. Because I believe we've only broken like 2 altars on this world or something silly like that. So yeah, we'll need to break some altars next time we play. And just get enough for a mithril anvil. And that should be plenty to prepare us for taking on the destroyer. Between spider armor, like the right number of potions, the Nimbus rod, we should be able to go through the destroyer in no time flat. Alright, see you guys next time.